Welcome to day 12 of Vlogmas. It is Thursday. Lacey is fascinated with me talking to my phone. I have a few things to do. I'm gonna practice piano. I'm gonna take dogs for WALKS. And I'm gonna try to get video more or less edited before we go out tonight. We are actually going to a concert in Columbia tonight, the Trans Siberian Orchestra. We haven't been in several years, so I'm looking forward to going to that tonight. There'll be 4 of us going. The concert's at 7. It'll take us an hour or so to get there from our house, but then we have to get parked and get inside. So we're going to be leaving as soon as my husband and daughter get home from work. Hopefully we can leave between 5 and 5:30. But we'll see. I also need to have something for us to eat before we leave. My husband's very worried that we won't have dinner. So I need to have something fairly quick to eat before we go. But yeah, I gotta go get my Advent stuff. And I will, as I said, practice piano for a while. I'm gonna knit for a little bit today and take the dogs for a you-know-what. I finished my piano practice. I practiced for an hour, and I'm going to reward myself with a second cup of coffee in the mug that my daughter and son-in-law gave me. It's a gnome. I'm about to crack myself up. Good morning again. Can you see the little naughty puppy back here in puppy jail? She was chewing on Bentley's bed and there was like stuffing and fluff everywhere earlier. So she's in puppy jail. I'm gonna take both dogs for their WALKS soon. She's complaining. I don't know if that's picking up, but she's complaining. Bentley's just laying here in a sunbeam. Okay, let's open some stuff and then we'll go for a walk. Oh. I said the word. I think I'm good. Bentley was ignoring me. Okay, day 12. We're halfway there, y'all. We're halfway through Vlogmas. Christmas is in 2 weeks. Is it 2 weeks? Or is it 2 weeks from yesterday? I'm gonna ignore that and just open. Ooh. This looks like a full-on project. Oh, look. Snowflake embroidery kit with frame. This was actually in last year's box, maybe even the year before, which I didn't do because I really hate sewing on buttons, but I actually really like how it looks. I can't remember, I think I may have kept the stuff for it, I'm not sure. Maybe not. But yeah, really pretty. Great design. Okay, let's see what this is. Keep the crinkling away a little bit. I think there's pretty much everything you need. There's some beads in here. There's the frame, of course. There's an embroidery hoop.
the thread. Here's the fabric. So, additional supplies needed: embroidery needle, embroidery scissors, needle threader, which, by the way, were in the little kit from yesterday, the inlaid wood box. Those things were already there, so every single thing you need to make this is included in the overall box. 9-inch square of dark blue Essex linen, pre-printed, which is in here, 6-inch embroidery hoop, 10-gram ball of number 5 white pearl cotton thread, clear iridescent faceted beads, and an 8-inch wooden frame. So it gives you instructions on how to do the stitches, but yeah, it looks pretty complete here. Let me pull the fabric out so you can see, and the beads. Okay, so these are the little iridescent beads. You see those, sorta? And this is the pattern. I'm not very good at embroidery, but it's not very much. I mean, it's not a huge project. So yeah, really pretty, and it matches my kitchen really nicely. You've seen some views of my kitchen. My kitchen is, the blue is pretty noticeable, shall we say? But otherwise it's pretty tame color-wise. And my kitchen Christmas decorations are pretty minimal, but the rest of the house is like crazy red and green, which my family loves. I hear tacky Christmas is the new black. I'm there, I guarantee you. We've joked about all the ornaments on our tree. It's completely filled. You'd have a hard time finding a branch empty on that tree. Day 12, PK yarn, what have we got? I started day 8. Did I finish day 8? No, I started day 8 last night. All right, day 12. What do you think? Is it a good one? More of these pretty purpley colors. This one is Mandy. Is that the little girl? I'm not actually sure who Mandy is. I think that might be the granddaughter, but I'm not sure. I'm gonna focus, maybe. Anyway, so I've got reds and purples, a little bit of pink and green maybe. Nice. These speckles are just so pretty. There was one, I want to say it was day 7, maybe. But it had these, more like these colors on white, and it just knit up so beautifully. I need to pull out that. I'll get a picture of it in a little bit and show you. But it just knit up so, so nicely. I knit at church last night. And I was sitting right up front, right in front of the pastor. He didn't care. But I actually got a lot done. And honestly, I pay attention better if I have something to do. I've talked to some other crafters in the church. We've joked about setting up a bench or a pew in the back for all the handwork people doing their stuff back there, knitting and crocheting and embroidery and whatever else people are doing. But I heard somebody describe it as some people's brains just have, it's like a bunch of monkeys running around in there. And if you give the monkey something simple to do, like garter stitch, you know, something really simple that doesn't take a lot of focus, it keeps the monkeys busy so the rest of your brain can focus on something else. And that helps me, I think, in like listening to stuff and listening in church. If I have my hands busy, the rest of my brain can focus on what's being said. Otherwise, if I'm just sitting there, my mind wanders. In our church, there's a big window behind the pastor. It's not stained glass or anything. It's just a window, just a clear window. And there's a tree. There's a big tree behind it. And there's always birds. I think every once in a while there's a squirrel. I haven't seen a squirrel in a long time. But the birds distract me. Just birds hopping around on the branches of that tree. but having something to do with my hands just kind of calms that down, and I'm able to listen better. The problem is my husband likes to sit near the front, and I do worry a little bit on Sunday mornings that the movement of my hands and the knitting needles might be distracting to whoever's up front. I don't think our pastor would care. He's not easily distracted. Even crying babies, you don't really even, you rarely at least see a reaction from him. And when he does, it's usually just to acknowledge that he's said something that led to a reaction from a kid, and so he'll kind of say, yeah. But yeah, he's not easily distracted, but I try not to do it on Sunday mornings. But Wednesday nights, it's on. All right, well, I am going to have my coffee in my little gnome mug. And then I'm going to take the you-know-whos for a you-know-what, and then I'm hopefully going to knit and watch some Vlogmas episodes. I am out walking my very energetic puppy who needs to work on leash manners. She's just constantly pulling. I know part of that is just high energy. She just wants to go faster. But yeah, if you've got some advice on training a dog to walk more politely on her leash, I would appreciate it. I think Janie actually trained Bentley, and she's just not around to do it right now. I remember her, it seemed really harsh at the time when she was just not tolerating it from him. But to her credit, he is very polite on the leash now. So I just need somebody to help me be firm when I need to, but I don't want it to just be yanking on her. But I don't want to get yanked on either. So yeah, just if you've got some leash manners tips, I'll take them. She's sniffing all of the things. The hat that I'm wearing, I don't even know if I used a pattern for it. I think it's just ribbed. But it's some of my very early hand spun. And in the skein, it looked terrible. I thought, I don't know what I can do with this. I think I originally made like a little neck warmer kind of thing, but I never used it because it was just too small. So I ripped it out and made this hat. And y'all, I get more compliments on this hat than any hat I've ever made. And honestly, the spinning is not good at all, but it is unique. There will never be another hat quite like this one. So if you're a spinner and you're worried about the quality of your spinning as you learn, make something with it. It will be your favorite thing. I just about guarantee it. All right, let me see if I can take this little crazy dog and wear her out.